Sorry, I'm just gonna. How do I do this? Sorry, 1 minute. I'm just trying to pin this. Oh, there it is. I could do it now. Right, apologies. Good evening, everyone. How you doing? So, let's fix this little studio. Proud and Gifted. Social media platform that celebrates young people's achievements. Today, it's going to be really good. I look forward to every single chat, but this young man, who I believe, Mentivity War Kwan. I want to be like you lot. I want to be like you. I want to be like Tyson, Sace, Leon. All right, you know I like to joke, but people, check out Mentivity. Them man there are doing things for our youth. Strength of a woman, see you. Domestic violence, no one can't chat to your platform. Yeah? I said that. But yeah, I've got a young unsung hero today. Gabriel Deji, I think that's how you pronounce his name. Produced his book. Yeah, he's good. The youth's good. So how's everyone doing? Whoever's there, I ain't got my glasses. I can see. Give me a thumbs up. Gabriel's in the building. Hey. Yeah, man. Gonna have a wiki chat today. Wiki chat. Here comes the unsung hero. Let's go. Proud and Gifted. Celebrating our youth then. Oh, did you not like my new feature of my magazine cover? Thought I'd just try something different, you know? To take it to another level.
Yes.
Can't see ya.
You can't see me?
Nah, it says connecting.
Oh, okay. It should be. I'm connected.
Hi from North Lena,
Carolina.
from North Carolina.
Yeah.
In the building. It just says still
Wait, can you?
connected.
It still says connected. I'm fully connected. My Wi-Fi is good. I'm not sure.
All right, hold on. Log out to another request. Oh, there you are. Yeah,
Eh?
I can see. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
What do you mean?
Yes. Yes. How are you,
I'm
man?
good. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm quite good at the moment.
I'm
Yes.
looking.
How's
I'm,
lockdown been for you?
I'm looking forward to this chat.
Same.
Yeah, I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to. So we got somebody there from North Carolina.
Yes. All the way in America. Remember to buy the Escape is available in North Carolina as well. So
And let me
the
tell you
Escape, a
something
tale of
now.
change and revolution.
You see, today you're
Mm.
gonna plug your book, okay?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I
Right.
will.
So I need to plug the book. So anyway, first things first. Good
Mm.
evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine. And welcome to Proud and
Mm.
Gifted's Instagram live
Thank you. Mm.
chat. Um,
Mm.
so that my people know who you are. Could you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, hello. So I am Gabriel Deji, a young author from North London, and I wrote my book, The Escape: A Tale of Change and Revolution. It came out October 30th, 2019, and it's essentially a book about social issues. A young delinquent makes an escape out of a
Yeah, hold that,
troubled
hold
life.
that. Hold that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
hold that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
hold that. Yeah, hold that.
Yeah.
We're gonna get there. Um,
Yeah.
for everyone else that's joined from Mr. Is it Deji?
Deji, yeah.
Yeah, Deji's
Deji.
platform. My name is Stephen, founder of Proud and Gifted, the social media platform that celebrates young people's achievements. Right.
Mm.
So just to get things warming, just a few questions. Adidas or Nike?
Nike at the moment, Adidas. I haven't seen anything really special from Adidas recently. So Nike.
Okay. Apple or Samsung?
I'm torn between the two. I've always had Android. People often mock me for it. Um, I'm torn between the two. Apple has nice features, but I don't like they abuse human rights and like big corporations. I don't really like them. So I'm torn between the two.
Okay. So basically you're gonna sit on the fence, yeah?
Yeah, I'll definitely sit on the fence for that one.
All right, rice and peas or jollof rice?
Jollof rice, rice and peas isn't like a dish that you can eat by itself.
Whoa! Wait, so you ready then? Yeah. Okay, you can't eat. So you say you can eat jollof on its own then? Yeah.
Yeah, like that's what it's made for. So yeah,
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Phone call or text?
text me.
Text. Yeah. Cool. Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just want to just warm you up. So
Mm.
we got saying. I say proud and gifted. What do we do? Celebrate young people's achievement.
Young people's achievements. Yep.
Cool. So I'm gonna throw that in randomly during our chat.
Mm.
You need to get it wrong, yeah?
Wrong.
Right. Cool. Cool. Because we'll have a laugh on this thing. But right now. So,
Mm.
Gabriel, tell us
Mm.
just a bit about yourself. I.e., I noticed that you got a passion for
Mm.
mentorship.
Mm-hmm.
So the floor's yours.
Um, yes, mentorship. So mentorship, just the idea of it, if anyone needs it to be explained, is just the idea of having a figure there that can help you, lead you, give you advice, like just basically like you can kind of say father figure, that's what people say, but more a parent figure, just anyone who can steer you in the right direction and give you the resources that you need. And I embody that figure through my book, through the character King Keys, the perpetually pensive poet, who is a mystical figure and he's basically a mentor figure for this young delinquent and he steers him into the right direction.
Wicked. And so,
Mm.
so your passion from mentorship,
Mm.
did it push you to do a book?
No, the book became like it came about spontaneously,
Okay.
spontaneously. So my ideas of mentorship, I guess. So what I often tell people, like I come from Benin Republic, is a country in West Africa,
Okay.
and when I go back home, like I see my community, we just see very often you can just see like you're in a community at all times. Like you always have your aunties, your uncles around you. Kids, like I'm not saying that kids don't misbehave in Benin, but they know not to do it in public because they'll always have everyone around them. Like if I'm behaving on the road, I'll get beaten by my auntie, my uncle. I'm not
Okay.
saying that beating is good, but I know that's the mentorship idea. So that's what led me to put that in the book.
Okay. Cool. So, as
Mm.
I said, so we've discussed your passion for mentorship. Right
Mm-hmm.
now, tell us
Mm.
about your book. This is why you're sitting here today.
Yes. So in my book, The Escape, I've explained that is the idea of like a young delinquent leading no, a mystical stranger leading a delinquent out of trouble is also a fantasy book. It falls into the topic of magic realism. That's when you mix fantasy in with like an urban setting in a way that people don't typically do. I believe I am the first ever author to mix fantasy in with like the tales of knife crime in this like social activism type of way. So yeah, thank you. And it took me about a year to write the book.
Okay.
Again, it came about spontaneously. A teacher told us one day to write a short story. I didn't finish it in time
Okay.
during the class, and I went home, and it just became a book.
Right. So in your book, because obviously I
Mm,
haven't seen it yet, you've got a
mm,
certain character in it, a
mm.
social media influencer.
Oh, yes, Steve-O the Madman.
Why?
Yeah, so Steve-O, like I would call Steve-O a mentorship figure as well.
Okay.
Which is so he came to my secondary school when I was in year 10.
Wow.
I'm not going to lie, like I knew who Steve-O was, but I didn't really know too much about him. I'm not often on social media. I only created my social media accounts after I created my book.
Right.
So when he came to our school, like I was very impressed by Steve. He came in and he told the first thing he did was he told off the kids in our year. Like he could see that they were kind of misbehaving as
Okay.
soon as they came in. He told them, and then he started telling his own story. He started telling them about how they should like fix up, how they should like use their mind properly to elevate themselves, to have a purpose, to have a vision for their future. And I was really inspired by what Steve was saying. I made sure to network with him, take his contact details, and then so I included him in the book.
Yeah.
And then that's what how it came about.
So when you first created your social media, and then you knew who he was, but when you saw his platform, what did you think then? When you saw his platform, I know you knew of it before, but what did you think?
Yeah. No, I was impressed. Like he's a pioneer, definitely, of what he's doing. Like, just the whole idea to like put your whole personal life out there is a massive risk, but he's doing that to massive success. He's like one of the pioneers of this like Snapchat influencer
Definitely.
medium. Yeah, and like what he's doing with it is incredible. And like when he came to tell us his story, he told us about all the different avenues that he went down before he did this,
Yeah,
about like being a producer, about playing football
that's right. Yeah,
and all of that stuff. You can even see him being a DJ, and he's essentially put all of that stuff together to reach where he is now. So big props to Steve. I always tell people to use their talents to the best of their ability to achieve whatever they can, and Steve has definitely done that.
yeah, he done it because he played for Leighton Orient, which is just where I live.
Mm,
And when I
mm,
first met him, he was surprised, and I said to him, like, I know you play for Leighton Orient, and he was like, wow,
mm,
because he asked me to come to. He's been asking me to come to his restaurant for quite a while,
mm.
and I
Yeah, I've
couldn't be
been to the
asked.
restaurant.
Yeah, I couldn't be asked at first. And then when I
Mm,
got there, the first thing
mm.
he wanted was his T-shirt. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I gave him a T-shirt. So Steve-O, if you're watching, if you see this, brand gifted, you know what we got to do. But
Mm,
yeah, but I respect his platform. So yeah, so going back to when you first got the book, why
mm.
did you do the book? Why did you keep it a secret from your family?
Like, honestly, a lot of things that I do, I believe that I just do it out of necessity.
What
There
do you
was
mean?
no point really
Wicked.
in me telling anyone about my book. Um, it would have brought me no benefit at all. The only people who really asked me, like, oh, you should have told me, you should have, like, they aren't the people that get the vision. The people who get the vision saw that there was no point in me, like, t sharing it with people. So, yeah, like, as out of necessity, and also like it helped me to stay focused is
Okay.
one thing. It
Wicked.
was key for me to not tell people. Like it helped me to stay focused, because if I had informed people, like just the whole idea of like mixing fantasy and this like stuff, and me myself, I wasn't really sure about what I was writing
Okay.
about. It would have just distracted me by telling people. So it was out of necessity. I did what needed to be done, and that helped me in the long run.
Right. Moving forward now, once you created a book
Mm,
and then you told your family,
mm.
what was the reaction?
They're all like, I guess they're all like really wow. Like they're all really shocked by it. There was a lot of surprise, a lot of joy, a lot of elation.
Wicked.
Um, I guess I think the only person who wasn't like as excited as everyone was my mum. Not because she wasn't excited for me. No, it's not like that. She was excited for me, but my mum is a very level-headed person.
Okay.
She wants to like make sure everything is calculated. So I guess like my mum was less like excited than everyone, but purely because she wanted to look at it from a strategic point of view.
Yeah.
So like just to help me maximize my platform to do what needs to be done.
Wicked. So let's be real now. What did
Mm.
mummy say once you told her and she looked at it from a strategic point of view? Did she say you could have done anything different?
Um, no, I think in terms of like the book itself, she was quite supportive. I think like just in terms of like book launches and that stuff,
Yeah.
whenever I'd have discussions, like for example, for one of my book launches, I wanted to have like music, live music there, and she's like, no, this is your book
Yeah.
launch event. You need to make sure that it's all about you.
I
So I
agree.
guess like yeah, so I think
I
my
agree.
mum's always been strategic. I've always like in terms of that, she's always been supportive in terms of what been doing, but she just needs to make sure that I'm doing it correctly.
Oh, wicked. So can you show everybody the book, please? Could you hold it up?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes,
Hold it there.
right here.
Everybody
Mm,
watching, could you take a
mm.
screenshot
Take a
now,
screenshot
please?
right here.
Yeah, take a screenshot
Mm-hmm.
and just
Mm.
tag. Give them. Oh, I'll put your name there. But is that your
Yeah.
Instagram? Is your name? Yeah.
Gabriel Deji. That's exactly how it's written.
Yeah.
Gabriel Deji.
So
Yep.
please screenshot, well, if you
Mm,
can, and tag
mm,
Mr. Deji and myself.
mm,
But yeah,
mm.
that book there, I must admit, wicked, wicked.
Thank you.
And then
Thank you.
when I saw you on London Tonight, I was
Mm,
like, straight on my list anyway. No
mm,
problem. That's not a
mm,
problem.
mm,
Because I was coming to
mm.
your book thing when you had it. Was it in Tottenham one day? But I had to go to.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I really
Mm,
wanted to come that day, but it didn't
mm,
happen.
Mm,
Glad I found you online. Obviously, you're here now, but
mm.
we ain't finished yet. But first things first, double congratulations on your book, though.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
because the amount of young writers that would look at you and
Mm,
say, if he can do it, I can do it,
mm.
and that breeds more writers. I'm definitely in our local community. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you
Right.
very much, man.
So
Thank you.
you've got a passion. No, sorry. What was it like getting on London Tonight and the BBC Radio?
Wait, no, no, it was BBC Radio London and ITV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it like getting on them platforms?
Um, it was like it's just an amazing, like, just imagine to be on national platforms. Oh, thank you, Jay to the gym. He's got the book in hardback copy. Thank you for supporting.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
yeah, so
J2 serious. Wicked.
yeah.
Yeah. Wicked. Wicked.
So yeah, like just to be on those platforms is exactly as you'd imagine. Is great. It's fantastic. Just the fact that I know people are looking, people are seeing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It touches me so much, and also the hospitality of it as well. Clara Hermit from BBC Radio London was a
Yeah.
fantastic host.
I saw that.
Duncan Golestani, yeah, Duncan Golestani from ITV. He was an excellent journalist.
It's wicked.
And also like just the hospitality of both of those like companies, just the way they brought me there, the way they seated me whilst I was there, they're like excellent.
Wicked.
So yeah.
Slice of Love said can't see it. So could you pull it up one more time?
Yep. Make sure, like, just leave a message if you can see it now.
Yeah. Screenshot that.
Screen
Tag
share.
the man them. You know.
Mm,
Hopefully, Slice of Love will
hopefully.
see that now. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hopefully. Okay.
Wicked. So you have a not passion, but everything you're really involved in is tackling knife crime or youth violence.
Yeah.
Sorry, youth violence.
Youth violence, I'll say, like, because so I am the deputy, no, sorry, I'm part of the Enfield Youth Cabinet, and what I do in the Enfield Youth Cabinet is like I represent community safety and cohesion. So I shadow the community safety and cohesion councillor, and like I was also part of the Enfield Youth Parliament as well.
Okay.
And when you, oh, Slices of Love, she got it.
Wicked.
So when you're dealing with these things in the youth parliament and the youth cabinet, you tend to deal with the biggest issues within your community.
Yeah.
The biggest issues for young people in Enfield is youth violence, is knife crime. I stand by something called the public health approach. Some people call it the mental health approach. And essentially what that is not dealing with these things in terms of like extra policing, extra like security, extra law enforcement, because that's what's been done in the past, and that always works out badly. What you need to be doing is to look at things as a community approach and look at the causes of the crimes, look at the causes of what are causing these young people to do stuff.
Yeah.
What's causing young people to commit knife crime? Many people speak about it very often. Akala was speaking about this recently in his live. Is a class issue rather than anything else.
Yeah.
So if you really want to deal with the issue, you need to deal with it. Oh, the books them, everyone should follow the books them. That's my friend's platform.
Cool.
Black culture, Black history. But yeah, so what you need to do when dealing with these issues is to look at all the underlying factors, look at poverty, look at mental health, look at everything, and that's how you should deal with it. And part of that can be emboldened through the themes of mentorship.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been trying to do. That's why the book is the way it is. That's why it deals with so many issues. It's all about dealing with the community rather than just punishing people for the circumstances and the environment that they come from.
Yeah, but you know what? I think you need to plug your book a bit more. I don't think you gave it enough. So tell them something else that's in the book then. Tell them, give them an example.
So the book is called The Escape: A Tale of Change and Revolution. Often we focus on the change, so that's the mentorship, changing the problems in society. But there's also the revolution that people don't acknowledge enough for me. So for example, there's a group in the book called the Uncensored Change. They're a group of activists. They do things very secretly. And what I mean by that is they they're very like, think of the group Anonymous. I don't know if you know the hacking group that like take down all these big corporations. That's essentially what the uncensored change is, like
Okay.
tackling all the big problems in society. And they appear publicly to like speak out against the politicians, speak out against those in charge, and uplift their community.
Yeah.
Because that is another way, that is protest, and I think that's very key in these times. Ever since George Floyd has died, like we've seen the Black Lives Matter movement, how big it's become, and the book kind of it speaks about that quite deeply, and it speaks about how we can't just let it be a trend. We can't let this go in and out of fashion
No.
because other people want it to go. Like the idea of revolution, the idea of protest is everlasting. We cannot let Instagram hashtags stop us from like continuing this revolution. It always has to happen. And that's why King Key's the perpetually pensive poet is like that. He's an activist. Even when people can't see him, he's going into these offices, he's speaking to head teachers, speaking to leaders. In the
Wow.
background, he's doing what he needs to be doing. So that's what the book's all about. Revolution and change. Change and
Okay.
revolution.
So what I'd like to do,
Mm,
once we finish, I want to purchase a
mm,
book so that I can do it as
mm,
a giveaway. Okay. So
mm.
I want to get a
Yeah.
signed book from yourself.
Mm.
We'll speak after, but I'll purchase it and
Yeah.
then I'll do it as a giveaway. Hopefully one day
Yeah.
next week. Because
Yeah. I appreciate that.
you know that's fine. Because I
Mm.
believe you're not pushing your book enough.
You think I'm not pushing my
No,
book
no, no.
enough?
You should be posting every day,
Mm. Mm.
even if it's your book cover.
Mm.
Don't worry about if people think it's an overkill.
Mm.
We don't care about people's opinions when we're posting
Mm.
our work.
No, it's true. Mm.
Fact. Just
Mm.
post snippets from it,
Mm.
share it wherever you can, because deep
Mm.
down, if you don't gas up your own product, no one else will do it the way you want it done.
That's a fact. Thank you. Yeah.
Why do you think when it comes to Pride and Gifted, people say, "Oh, I'm everywhere." Yeah, because
Mm.
I need to gas my platform so that my young
Mm.
people can be seen.
I'll definitely take your advice on board. Thank you
Yeah,
for that.
it, it,
Thank you for
it might not be right, but I believe
that.
you need to sell your book more.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah, man, hit
I'll
it
take
hard.
that.
Hit it hard.
Mm.
As soon as we
I'll
finish,
take that.
put
Yeah.
it in your stories.
Mm.
Remember, it's just
Mm.
pictures, but
Mm.
don't worry about how much people it's engaging with. As long as you engage
Mm.
with one person to recognize your book,
Mm.
it's a step forward.
Mm.
So, Blackhead Students Network.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you part of them?
Yeah, I am a part of them. Yeah.
Cool. Give everybody a little insight into what they do because I've been
So
following them.
the Blackhead Students Network is a network of Blackhead students, Black school captains, any leaders of any of the student body within their schools, and it brings them all together. And we basically have many events. We do lots of brainstorming, and like we're basically trying to empower many student captains
Yeah.
around the country. And because for a lot of us, so how it started was Tamilore, our leader. He went to a very yeah, Tamilore. You know Tamilore,
Um,
but he went.
I
Hmm?
ordered him.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen it. I've seen
Yeah,
it on your platform. Yeah.
love him.
So yeah, Tamalori, he's at Stanford now. He's achieved a lot. So he went to like a very prestigious school, and a lot of our founding members went to quite prestigious schools.
Yeah.
And if you know those prestigious schools, they tend to be like predominantly white. So for them, like for him to be a black head student and one of the first black head students was like groundbreaking.
Trust me.
And at that time, there's so many other students in prestigious schools. You had black head students. So it's like it was very game changing for them to like all be student captains at
Yeah.
the same time. I'm one of the first black boy head students at my school as well. So it's
Well,
basically a network.
congratulations.
Hmm?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Wow.
So like it's a network to bring all of us together, really.
Yeah, I like what they do because
Mm.
that page and there's another page.
Black excellence,
Yeah,
black youth
yeah,
excellence.
Black Youth Excellence.
Yeah. Mm.
For the content they provide,
Mm.
I think it's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're inspiring, uplifting people
yeah,
like they're doing a lot.
because they
Mm.
because they're both I think Black Youth Heads featured a girl called Darcy. I think,
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah, Darcy Dixon.
yeah, Darcy Dixon, wicked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's part of the Black History Students
yeah,
Network as well.
yeah. I'll be getting her live as well because I
Mm.
follow her on social media
Mm.
and I saw when she got a grades for a GCC, yeah, for her exam results
Mm.
last year before. So that platform is very powerful,
Yeah.
and it's helping our youth, as you said, in these
Mm.
prestigious schools that
Mm.
don't have their own platform.
Mm.
But it was easier; they created it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'll even say something about the Black History Students Network as well. Not only did it help me to contextualize myself
Wow.
and actually to realize that for me as a black student, black head student, I was doing a lot. But also they taught me so much about just the ideas of networking around like
Wow.
surrounding yourself with like just aspiring individuals. Because when I went there for the first time, all of them, not only are they going to high schools, but all of them have these like big projects that they're a part of and etc. Is like, wow, I was really inspired by them. I
Hey,
wasn't
hey,
really
hey!
networking like that.
Do me a
Mhm.
favor. Sell me your book for two
Mhm.
seconds. My door knocked. Yeah.
Okay, cool, cool. The book's here, The Escape, A Tale of Change and Revolution. A book about changing social issues, whether that be through activism and protest or mentorship. Make sure you purchase the book, 8.99 on Waterstones, Amazon, any other major book retailers. You can order it online. That is the easiest way. Yes.
Thank you very
So we're
much.
talking about
Yeah. Sorry.
no problem.
Your door knocked.
Yes, we were talking about the Black History Network. So yeah, like I wasn't networking that much. I didn't have a LinkedIn platform before then. It's only when I joined the Black History Network and I realized like wow, they like I just learned so many things from being around them and they're continuing to do great things. So
Love it.
yeah, a lot of love for the Black History
Wicked.
Network.
Wicked. So proud and gifted. What do we do?
Celebrate young people's achievements.
Yay!
Yes.
Love that. Amy. So you wrote a blog. I saw it on your website because obviously I look at
Yes.
people's website. You wrote a blog
Mm.
about Africa regaining independence.
Independence.
Yeah. Tell us
Yes.
about it.
Um, okay, so like next year I'm going to study politics and international relations at university. I'm passionate about international relations and also like I've come from a family where like people my family where we understand a lot of like politics and this stuff, especially within the African continent because we come from West Africa. So I wrote that blog, sorry. I wrote that blog article after a trip to Benin, I think last year it was.
Okay.
And yeah, so essentially when I went on that trip, we're just having a lot of conversations about the politics there, and we're talking about just how much we are being exploited, like us as a country, Benin, being exploited by the West.
Right.
So Benin Republic, we have 50% of our national reserves are sent to France each year, as a compensation tax for trying to escape from slavery, and the extra 15% has been taken, I think, for the damages caused or something like that. So essentially, we make a national income every year.
Wow.
65% of that income is taken away and given to France. And to add insult to injury, France then teaches their students that colonization benefits our Africans. Like, do you know how disgusting that is? That they take our money from us after slavery, and then they go and tell their students that, oh yeah, we benefited them, blah blah blah, but really they're not. So I wrote the article about how an independent Africa should be,
Yeah.
because before we were colonized, we're often like told that, oh yeah, Africa, we're like poor savages, etc. If you actually look at it, a lot of the technology that occurs like that we have here today, a lot of it was taken from
Yeah.
ancestral Africa, like from prehistoric Africa before they colonized us. So like essentially the article, I was just talking about the beauty and the power of pre-colonial Africa, and also telling people to make sure that they understand the way we've been exploited. Even till today, if you know the exploitation that happens, until 2015, the UK was still paying their ex-slave owners and the family of slave owners compensation for losing their slaves, which is disgusting. So again, like we need to empower African countries. The only reason that they're being like this right now is because of they're being punished for trying to be free. Like these leaders will always tell you equality, fairness, blah blah blah, human rights. but they're destroying our human rights as time goes on. Is disgusting and it's terrible.
Let me tell you something now. I
Mm,
read your blog,
mm,
and the way you've spoke about it, I can
mm.
see why you wrote it.
Yeah,
Listen,
thank you, thank you,
let me say something. A man like yourself is why Proud and Gifted was birthed. Yeah,
thank you,
because
thank you.
you need a platform
Mm,
to express yourself. And
thank you. Yeah,
what you just spoke about, I guarantee you, my wife, yeah, she's gonna read your blog later, right? And she's gonna be
yeah.
cussing them people. What?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So as we're on that topic,
Mm.
what's your thoughts on the Black Lives Matters
I
march, everything
completely, I
movement?
completely, I completely stand by it. Because so a lot of what got me into politics, yeah, colonial power is disgusting. I see that comment there. So a lot of what got me into politics, I was quite young when the Tottenham riot happens.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't really comprehend what was happening. Um, and my family, like I wasn't really allowed to speak out about it because it was quite taboo back then, especially me as a young boy.
All right.
And then I just found this book in my dad's study room. It was a book by David Lammy, the MP for
Yeah.
Tottenham, and he was essentially describing the Tottenham riots in like just a very political manner. Me as a 9-year-old child, I didn't really understand what he was saying, but that was eye-opening to me explaining it. So when I see these Black Lives Matter protests right now, I completely understand it. Like for a riot, for like social unrest, all of that to go on, there needs to be like many combining factors because this isn't the first time a black person has been shot dead
No.
because of racism, because of police brutality. But the reason that people are reacting the way they are now is because of the pandemic, because the recession is affecting the economy, just as we had the financial crash back in
Yeah.
2011
Yeah.
when Mark Duggan got shot. All these combining factors have been adding together, and now the people in charge are suffering from it. We now like we've gotten angry because the society wasn't good anyway, and now that you've brutalized, you've attacked one of us, we're gonna retaliate.
Yeah.
We're gonna retaliate. So I completely support the protest. I completely support like people standing by these issues, and I think it's key. I think people are listening now. The corporations are realizing that they're losing money. All these people, they're realizing that it's affecting them now. So now they have to listen. We've been talking about the way we've been mistreated in the
Yes.
workplaces. We've been talking about all of this for
For
years,
years.
but now is affecting them. Now is affecting them. And it's true that they should have listened before, but like now they have to listen. Now is not falling on deaf ears, and the fakes are being exposed, the racists are being exposed, and we're really seeing
Yeah.
what's happening.
Yeah. Because it's sure what you're saying. We've said it for
Mm,
years. They've known it for
mm,
years. But I
mm,
think because it's everybody now
mm,
that wants to expose these racist people.
mm.
Again, I don't know if you saw the news when they killed the black guy in America on Friday when he was sitting in his car
Yeah, yeah,
because
disgusting.
he took his daughter out and he thought
Mm,
he took her home. I think he was tired.
mm,
He slept in
mm,
the car park. They
mm,
phoned the police. They came there. Yes, he was angry why he's going to be arrested because he done nothing wrong.
mm, mm.
And he got the taser gun. He pulled away, but remember, taser gun isn't a threat.
Exactly.
They turned around, shot back at sorry, he held the taser gun at them,
Mm,
and they shot him dead.
mm.
Uh,
It's disgusting.
yeah, and the more because I've been watching CNN a lot because obviously we get a bit
Mm,
on Sky News, but CNN,
mm,
America,
mm,
and the way that they show the coverage, how it unfolded, you're
mm.
thinking, wow. Oh, there's a comment there for you, I think. One or two.
Um, put them on a racist list like they have a sex offenders list is facts.
Straight.
Like people need to have suffer the repercussions.
Yes.
Caitlin said Justice in Policing Act in America has been implemented. These protests are about to change. That's right.
Yeah.
And Caitlin's a future lawyer as well, so she knows what she's talking about.
Hey,
But
Caitlin,
um,
big up.
yeah, Miss Uganda UK. I have a video on my YouTube channel if everyone wants to see that. My interview with Miss Uganda UK, future lawyer. Definitely go check that out.
Oh,
Gabriel Deji, just search online.
and my friend Break the Cycle, she put a few comments in, but look at her latest one for you.
Yeah, I need you on my show. Definitely, just contact me afterwards. I'll speak to you. Definitely.
Yeah, because this is what it's about. We need
Yeah.
you to be out there more. Yeah,
Thank you,
yeah.
thank you.
Come on, man.
But yeah, like So I think what you're saying is key. Like first of all, the fact that you even went to see CNN before like looking at before like trying to gauge these issues, the fact that you went to look for somewhere else other than BBC,
Yeah.
etc. But the problem is, I feel like so all news firms, you have to remember that they're owned by companies. Like even the BBC, which is supposed to be impartial, they're very catered towards the right wing. Like quite often, they don't really support our issues,
No.
and it's just like, I think you break the cycle. And the thing about what you just said about CNN, like I would even say is worse in America because they don't have any impartial platforms. They're all owned by the big corporations. People who like, if you really want to learn about this stuff, go on social media. People always talk about fake news, but now like people are on the ground. I think this idea of fake news has been pushed forward to like push people away from the truth. Because if you look on social media, people who are at the protest, people who are living on the land are like putting stories out in real time. And the thing is that like for us people, like I've been on Twitter so often and it's so heartbreaking. I haven't seen a day since George Floyd died where a black person hasn't died
No.
because of police brutality.
No.
And if you search the realities online, yep, media outlets are owned by white middle class
Views
men.
are-
Their views are
Yeah.
bigotry and discriminative. Is a fact. Rupert Murdoch, he owns most of them.
Yeah.
And the problem is, so even CNN, the problem I have with America so much it disgusts me.
Go on.
So so right now, a misunderstanding that we have is that we think that the Democrat Party in America is the equivalent of the Labour Party, and the Republican Party is the equivalent of the Conservative Party.
Yeah.
That's actually not the truth.
Yeah.
The way it is the Republican Party is the equivalent of UKIP, and the Democrat Party is the equivalent of the Conservative Party. So they don't have a left-wing platform. They don't have any, not at all. So like when you look at firms like CNN who support the Democrat Party, even though they are like kind of better and like more informed about these issues, they're still not for us. They don't stand for our issues, and they're still gonna give you a view that's not completely impartial. So
No.
yeah.
No. Remember, no media platform is for us.
Yeah, there aren't, but there are some that come close to us. Al Jazeera is a quite a good firm. I like Al Jazeera. So
I don't know. I'm not excited.
hello,
for them.
Ruth. You're not excited for Al Jazeera? Now I get what you're saying, but if you want to like just have a better view, I think because all these Western companies, they're going to give you Western views
Straight away.
that support the
Yeah.
leaders in the West. Whereas like if you go for other platforms, they're gonna give you like a more impartial view. So yeah, I think I don't support. I think Al Jazeera is the one I like the most, but really Twitter is my favorite platform because I can see the news. If I don't believe it, I can go search it. Sometimes I'll find out that it's
Yeah.
fake. Sometimes I'll find out that it's true. So
Yeah.
I guess you are your own news nowadays with social media.
Yeah, I think Twitter is the most informative platform out of all of them.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I trust Twitter way more than I
Yeah.
trust the news.
And me, if it doesn't hit Twitter, no disrespect, first,
Yeah.
something's wrong.
No, I don't trust it.
No.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
nice and easy now. What have you learned about a few things you learned about yourself during lockdown?
Okay, I think one thing I cannot I've learned about myself is that I can't tolerate people who sympathize with capitalism. I've been reading up a lot of stuff, and I've seen that capitalism. I've always said this for a long time. Capitalism and the system that we have is based on inequality, is based on injustice. And anyone who stands by capitalism and tries to tell me that is the best way, I just can't stand by you. I can't listen to that. If you believe that you might be misinformed, just go read up on the issue
Yourself.
and you'll realize that our system, and you'll realize that our system is based on inequality, and we have to empower the proletariat, as Karl Marx said. And yeah, I've learned a little bit more about my productivity, just in terms of like what I can do. I've been learning to produce a lot during this time because I'm also quite deeply invested in music.
I saw that.
Yeah, I can't say that my music right now is like groundbreaking, but I'm doing stuff. I'm putting stuff out there. No, like I'll be honest. But I'm putting stuff out there, and I'm hoping that I'll get better and soon like I'll be able to make music properly.
Because
So yeah.
remember, it goes back to the book.
Oh, Osh, say hello to Osh.
Ush,
Mm.
big up,
Yeah,
big up.
yeah.
It goes back to
Mm,
the book. Just keep posting your
mm,
content, your music content.
mm.
Just keep posting it.
Yeah,
People don't
I,
believe
I
it.
will.
People don't believe. I have many bad days on social media, but you know what?
Mm,
I just crack on with my next post
mm.
and
Yeah,
just
no,
fight
it's
for it.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Well,
just fight
thank you.
for it.
Yeah, that's definitely what I'll be doing. Like, I'll push everything, the music, the book.
Yeah,
I'll take your advice on board, definitely.
just
And yeah,
post it. Just all I'm saying.
mm,
You're gonna think sometime this this ain't worth it. Like
mm,
no one's responding back. But remember one thing:
mm,
people are
mm.
seeing what you're doing.
No, definitely. And I've also like I just filmed a video yesterday concerning the book for my YouTube channel. So I am planning to push stuff out more,
Yeah,
and it will come out soon.
I,
Yeah.
I'd like to big up Manhood Academy. If you're not following them,
Mm,
yeah,
mm.
go and follow them.
Yeah.
That platform
Mm.
more than designed for young people like yourself.
Okay,
Man,
definitely. I'll follow them.
yeah, Manhood Academy. When you see them, you're gonna
Mm,
think, wow. Because this is what we
mm,
do. It's not just about my
mm,
platform. I big up
mm,
all my platform, them around me.
mm.
Even
Thank you.
our Black Boys Magic,
Mm,
Wicked, Poetry,
mm,
uplifting our youth them. So
mm.
what's next for the young king?
What's next?
What's next?
I'm continuing the YouTube channel. I think for now, that's going to be one of my main avenues. I'm going to be speaking about my political views, about how I dislike inequality. I'm going to be interviewing many inspiring individuals. As I've said, I interviewed Caitlin
Yeah,
on my YouTube channel, a conversation with Miss Uganda UK. So everyone, go to my YouTube channel afterwards, check out that interview. I'll be talking about my book very often. As you said, I need to push my book forward. So I will be doing that. I will be talking about what my book means to me and the messages behind the book.
yeah,
And I'll be like talking about a lot of stuff on my YouTube channel. But yeah, and next year I'll also be going to university, so I'll be focusing on my education. But I will be continuing to do this
yeah.
and etc.
Just do it.
Mm,
I, I'm always encouraging people, look
mm,
beyond, just crack on with it.
mm.
So
Yeah, definitely.
I believe you've got your YouTube channel. I started
Mm,
mine. That's the hardest thing to build. Let
mm.
me tell you that
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
YouTube is hard, but not
Mm,
impossible.
mm,
And just keep posting your book. Also, I'll tell you what else you can do. If
mm,
you like to talk about Africa, like the independence,
mm,
your blog, just do
mm.
quick videos, 10-second videos. Just get in front of the camera. Just
Yeah, I'll be doing that for
post,
my YouTube channel specifically, but I will be doing that. Yes.
just post it in your stories.
Mm,
You know, and I know Twitter's
mm.
the best platform, but it's hard. But again,
Yeah.
it's hard.
Mm.
It's hard.
Twitter's the hardest. Twitter's the hardest.
It's hard.
2 likes on Twitter is like 100 likes on Instagram.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the hardest.
It's hard. And when you think, okay,
Yeah.
my video's done quite good on Instagram, you put on
Mm.
Twitter,
Nothing.
and you sit
No.
there. You sit there. 24 hours later, you're still sitting there
You will
like,
get your first like. Nah, it's true.
you sit there,
It's true.
but then
Mm.
you realise
Mm.
people are seeing it though.
Yeah, they're seeing it. That is true.
And as long as they're seeing our content,
Mm.
but okay, so not a trick question. What's your main platform? Your main target platform?
Well, Instagram right now.
Okay, so you've got no excuse.
Mm.
But what I've learned, it's not the right way.
Mm.
But I'm saying
Mm.
I don't mess about to share people's stuff in my stories. That's
Mm.
kind of relevant to what I do.
Mm.
Just keep sharing people's stuff.
Mm.
To all the people watching, when I share your stuff, you don't say thank you. You best know. You best know. I notice it, and I'm not happy.
Mm. Mm.
But I crack on and share it another time.
Mm.
But people tend not to say thank you. They've seen it,
Mm. Mm.
and you sit there and think sometimes, come on, man, just give me a little thank
I,
you.
I always try. Some like maybe I forget, but I always try to thank people for sharing my stuff. I think that's important.
Yeah, seriously. to share your stuff.
mm,
Once you start to share your own things, your
mm,
mind will open to share other people's stuff,
mm,
and then you get to realize, okay, it it,
mm,
it all just comes to you. Remember,
mm.
I'm not an expert.
Yeah. No, but I'll take your advice on board, definitely.
Yeah, because I just think you've got a product that can be shared picture wise.
Mm.
Hey, Darcy's joined. See,
Darcy, yes, Darcy.
Darcy, we was talking about
Yeah,
you, Darcy.
yeah. Darcy's inspirational,
What?
yeah.
I need Darcy on my page. So yes,
Yeah.
trust me. We was talking about you, Darcy. But describe 2020 in one word.
Brilliant.
Rough.
People might disagree with me. People
Rough.
might disagree with me, but yeah,
Brilliant.
I think 2020 has been brilliant. Like we've seen change. This coronavirus might not have been nice. RIP to everyone who's died. Like, of
Yeah.
course, that's not nice at all. But the whole environment that we've been in, the Black Lives Matter, everything. Like this is a time of politicization for a whole generation. So 2020 has been brilliant. And plus, this is the year that I had my ITV and my BBC interview. So yeah, 2020 has been brilliant.
You know. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
All that's left for me to say at this stage is
Yeah, rip up the nose, yes. Yeah.
listen,
Mm,
proud and gifted.
mm.
Thank you very
Celebrate young
much.
people.
Thank you
Oh, yeah.
very much for agreeing to
Mm,
come on my live today.
mm,
I've learned so much about you that obviously I didn't know.
mm, mm.
I believe you're definitely one for your future.
Thank you.
Even more so when you go, is it university next year?
Yeah,
Yeah.
university next year.
Even when you
Mm,
go university to do politics
mm. And international relations, yeah.
and right, international relations. We need
Mm,
people like yourself
mm,
in the front line in years to come to
mm.
make decisions for the country.
Thank you, man. I
So,
appreciate it, definitely.
no, that's fine. So,
Mm,
regardless of what happens with the book, because I know you're going to write another one,
mm. Yeah, yeah.
always
Don't worry, that will
remember
happen.
we
Mm,
need young, but let's be real, young black
mm,
boys like yourself
mm.
to move our communities forward.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. I stand by that 100%.
Yeah,
It's true. You need,
that's the
yeah.
bottom line. This
Mm-hmm.
ain't because of no Black Lives Matter thing. This is something
Mm,
that we've always needed.
mm.
And people like yourself more than stepped up.
Mhm. Delapo says Gabriel Deji for
Yeah.
Prime Minister. Thank you, Delapo.
Yeah.
Yes,
Seriously. So
yes.
before you go, last few words from
Mm.
yourself and on your book as well.
Yep. Thank you everyone for joining this live. Thank you for everyone who supports me. Make sure you buy The Escape, A Tale of Change and Revolution. Don't forget the revolution. It's on Waterstones and Amazon. $8.99 for a paperback, $10.99 for a hardback. And I'll definitely be pushing more content out there. Everyone go follow and subscribe my YouTube channel, just Gabriel Deji, that's my name. More interviews, more informative content. I'm trying to teach people and engage with people rather than just speak about empty things. So it's going to be very engaging, very deep content. So thank you everyone for coming and thank you everyone for supporting.
Thank you very much, King.
Yeah,
I'm
thank you, man.
I'm so happy you said yes to going live with me.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah, you blown me away
Mm.
today.
Thank you.
Every one of my guests is special in their own way.
Mm.
And today you've proved that you are definitely the future.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we'll still be talking this time next year when you go to university, because this is what we do. I don't just deal with young people in the present.
Network.
Yeah,
Mm.
the
You deal
platform.
with young people in prison.
I mean, I don't just deal with young people present.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, always follow up. And
Mm.
and the platform's changing maybe next year to open it a
Mm.
bit broader,
Mm.
to give yourselves more of a say to push things forward. So thank you very much.
No problem, man.
And to
I appreciate it.
everybody watching today, Proud and Gifted would like to say thank you very much. And Proud and Gifted, what do we do?
celebrate young people's
Come
achievements.
on.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh,
See
my
you later,
sister
yeah?
says big up. Thank you.
All right.
See you.
See you later.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, man. Hmm?
How was that? How was that? You see these young people, yeah? Hey, they get me gassed. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, every young person that comes on my platform literally blows me away. I've got some top draw ones lined up from next week. Tomorrow I'll be on my friend's platform talking about young people mental health. So I think it's can't remember if it's 7 or 8 o'clock. But either way, I'd like to say thank you very much for joining us. It's mad. It's these young people. I'll be excited till tomorrow with these. I'm gonna go to my bed smiling with how Gabrielle educated myself. But yeah, thank you very much. Proud and gifted. What do we do? Yeah, some of you got it right. Thank you very much. I'm gonna leave you up now because I've got set for the hour, otherwise I might lose it. But thanks for spending the last full 51 minutes with me. I'm out. Thank you.